What's up, everyone? My name is Duana, aka Glamazon1026, and welcome to the Glam Room. Today, we are going to be having a swatch party. We are going to swatch the 4 Norvina Pro Pigment palettes, all 4 of them. There are 100 shades in this. We're not swatching all 100 shades. We are just going to do a makeup investigative journalism to see whether or not there are repeats in these palettes so that you know which one you want to get based on the colors that are in here, okay? I thought this would be a good idea. I had it a long time ago, and I'm happy I didn't do it because she came out with another palette, right? So if y'all want to see all of that, just stay tuned because I got it. It's coming. And I was really scientific with this, guys. I was really scientific. I was like so proud of myself because I went back to like grad school and we had a, we was doing research, okay? Research. Anyway, stick with me. I got you. Over the past, I want to say 4 or 5 months, Norvina has launched her own sub-brand of ABH. Well, actually, no, this says ABH. No. Yeah, it's Norvina Collection. And she came out with 4 Pro Pigment palettes and 3 Mini Pro Pigment palettes for this brand. And I think the new liners that she did, I think those are Norvina Collection too, if I could find them. Where they go? Yeah, they are. They're Norvina Collection. And so I feel like while ABH is for the everyday consumer, a classy lady, this lady went to finishing school in Paris. She is a hedge fund manager. She, drinks chai tea lattes every day. She has an assistant and a driver, right? That's what the ABH collection, the ABH stuff is. The Norvina Collection is an art student. She lives in the Village in New York City. Her hair is green and she has multiple tattoos and piercings. And her parents are worried about her future because artists don't make money. That's literally what the Norvina Collection is. And that's not shade. It's just that this is the more creative side. This is for the makeup, I don't want to say makeup enthusiast, but it's for the person who is just so, I feel ingenuitive with makeup and use it really as an artistic medium, whereas ABH is for the everyday consumer. So what we're gonna do today, I kind of alluded to it in the intro. We are going to look through these palettes because a lot of people are saying when these palettes come out, they have repeat shades. The shades are the same. Why does she keep coming out with palettes if they're always gonna have the same shades? The pinks are the same, the purples are the same, the blues are the same, blah, 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 right? So what I did is I went through the rainbow and we are going to catalog all the shades based on the palette they're in and based on the color in the color spectrum that they are. So we went from red all the way down to brown, okay? I know brown is not in the color spectrum, but just bear with me for a little bit. We're gonna pretend that it is today, okay? Anyway, we did shimmers, we did everything. Not everything, but we did a lot, okay? And so the swatch part of this is going to have a voiceover because this was the longest swatch that I've done, and I had sheets and papers and have notes and stuff that I took about all this stuff so that I can be thorough with this for you guys, okay? So without further ado, let's get into the swatches. Here are all 4 palettes laid out, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And here they are open so you can see all of the shades that are there. We're going to be testing a lot of them, so buckle up. Here are the red shades. This is D3 from volume 1 and C2 from volume 3. They're close, but they're not at all alike to me. For the oranges, we have E2 and E4 from volume 1, D2 from volume 2, A2, A5, and E3 from volume 3. So to me, it looks like E2 from 1 and A5 from 3 are the same shade. Here are the yellows. We have D1 from 1, D4 from 2, E4 from 3, and D2 from 4. We clearly did not buy any of these palettes for the yellow shades, I will tell you that. So why don't we just take some makeup remover and just wipe it off. There are lots of greens, but only from palettes 2 and 3. From 2 we have A1, A3, B1, B3, E1, and E3. And from 3 we have A1, A4, B2, D3, and E1. None of these look the same to me either, except maybe the neon ones, which you can barely see. Blue is next, and from palette 1 we have D4. From palette 2 we have B2, B4, B5, C2, C3, C4, and D5. The two that look alike are D4 from palette 1 and D5 from palette 2, but the first one has a little bit of a shimmer. Purples are A2, A3, B1, B4, and B5 from palette 1, B4 from palette 3, C3 and C4 from palette 4. None of these look alike to me either, which is great because there are a lot of purple shades in palette 1. Here are the pinks, and I apologize because I was not recording at first, and so here they are all swatched. What I did to compensate was take the ones that look the most alike to me and compared them to each other. There are A5 and E5 from 1 and 4 respectively, and D3 and C2 from 2 and 4 respectively. There are lots of gold shimmers, A4, C2 from 1, C1 from 2, C1, D2, D5 from 3, and A5, B1, and D3 from 4. The two that look alike are from the same palette. Dark browns are as follows: C5, E5 from 1, C5, E4 from 2, C4, E2 from 3, and B2, D5, and E4 from 4. All of these browns look the same, except the darkest one and the one that looks red. But not least, we have the light browns, E3 from 1, A3, B5, C3, and D1 from 3, and A4, B3, and D1 from 4. Then I'm just gonna clean everything up, shut it down, and that's it for our swatch party. All right, so as you see, some of the shades definitely look like they're repeating. They are, okay, for sure, the browns. I feel like the browns are the same in every palette. I feel like they all have that same, like, dark brown, reddish, ruddy brown. Like, I feel like all of those are the same. But for the most part, the shades are not 100% the same. Like, one would be like a little bit more neon, one would have a little bit more of a blue undertone, one would have a little bit more of a yellow undertone or an orange undertone. And so it isn't exactly the same. I think that like, it's hard for me to describe. I don't know what goes into creating makeup. Like, I don't at all. Me in the lab, nope, I don't be in the lab. I just am a consumer. And so from a consumer standpoint, it's like, why did you need to make all these shades with them being like literally like a smidge off, or not off, but a smidge different? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. But from a production standpoint, from a marketing standpoint, it might make sense to them, and that's their business. Okay, right. So the thing that I have come up with, the solution I've come up with, I mean, I guess it's not a solution because I have all 4 of them. So if you look at the outside of these palettes, there's a pink one, there's an orange one, there's a blue one, and there's a purple one. So I feel like if you are going to get them, you need to be looking at the outside to see what it is that you want. The pink one has a lot of pink shades. The orange has a lot of orange shades. The blue has a lot of blue shades, and the purple has a lot of purple shades. So if that's something, like, if you tend to stick to colors like in that shade range, then go for that palette if that's what you want, right? So if I love pinks and I want to use pinks, okay, I'm gonna pick up number 2. If I want to use purples, I'm gonna pick up number 1. If I want to use blues, I'm gonna pick up number 2. And if I want to use browns and oranges, I'm gonna pick up number 3, right? And so it's basically depends on what you feel most comfortable using. Now, you could be the person that'd be like, well, you know, I have a lot of shades. I mean, I have a lot of palettes that have purple in it, and I love using purple, but I want to do something different. So I'm gonna get the blue one, or I'm gonna get the pink one. You understand? And so that's how you might want to decide how you're going to pick these palettes. For me, if I had to buy these palettes, right, and I said I'm only going to spend $120 because they are $60 each, and that's pretty hefty for a palette, even though they do have 25 shades in them, I personally would pick palette 1 and palette 3. And I'll tell you why. Palette 1, it has purples, it has pinks, it has this red here that's really nice, it has these 2 really good oranges, it has a good brown, it has really nice shimmers, and this white is probably one of the best white shadows that I've ever used in my entire life, right? So that's purple, right? So I would definitely pick up this one because I could see me getting a lot of use out of this, which is true. I've gotten the most use out of this one, right? I've used all of them, but I've gotten the most use out of number 1. Now, the next thing I would pick is palette 3. And the reason why is that because it has all the transition shades. Yes. So if I want to get a really nice deep, if I want to use 17 shades on my lid, and I want to create just a really good gradient, a really nice transition, a really nice flow, then I would get this one as well. And I feel like they would work well in concert. So I feel like you can pair these together and get a really good variety of looks. But for argument's sake, I just want to show you the number 4 palette. So this is number 4. It has a lot of pinks. I used mostly the pinks. I think I used B2 here, and then I used E4, and then E3. That's what this eyeshadow is consisted of. And then here's number 2. Number 2 is the blue palette, and it's great if you're doing a blue look. Like, I've done a few blue looks, and this is the palette that I go to when I do the blue looks, but I don't do blue looks a lot, so it's not my most used palette. So here is the blue palette. It does have this really great black in there though. What else is in here that I really like? A4 is a really nice, unique shade. That's a unique shade. I like that a lot. Anyway, I guess that's all I have for you guys. Let me know in the comments if you have any of these, or if there are any that you're thinking of picking up, or if you're just not interested in them at all because they're so big and they're intimidating. I get that too. Like, if you're a beginner, you might not want these to be your first because pigments are a little bit more difficult to blend than regular eyeshadow. And then also, it just feels like the colors are all over the place. Like, they're not in an order where a beginner can be like, okay, I'm gonna use all these colors together. It's kind of like scattered, and so if I was a beginner, I would be intimidated by these palettes. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got for you guys. I hope you liked this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I really I stressed myself out with them shades, with them swatches. That's all I have for you guys today. I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to click the notification bell so that you can be part of the Glam Fam and know exactly when I upload. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Glamazon1026, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.